Reading I-Ching. Selecting hexagram. Now, with the previous question in mind, you will go through the process of selecting 6 yin and yang lines in turn. There are various ways to do that. Let's look at 3 most widely used methods here. 2 of them, which are more traditional, uses yarrow branches or coins, and the last method, use cards or bamboo pieces, each of which corresponds to one of the 64 hexagrams. Depending on your situation, you may choose whichever method you prefer. Using yarrow branches. The first and the most traditional way is to use 50 yarrow branches. Compared to other methods which will be described later, this process is very complicated and takes a long time to perform, so please prepare yourself before you go through it. Start by holding all 50 branches in one hand. Pull one of the branch out, and put it down on the table. This branch is said to symbolize the Tai Chi, and you will not move it again until the hexagram is fully determined. Now there are 49 branches left in your hand. Divide the remaining branches into 2 bunches, and hold one in each hand. Those bunches are said to represent heaven and earth. Place the branches in your right hand, which represents the earth, temporarily on the table, and pick one of the branches, and place it between your left little finger and the ring finger. It stands for a person. Now, from your left hand, the heaven, count every 4 branches each and put them down on the table. Repeat until you have 4 or fewer branches in your left hand. Eventually, when there are 4 or less left, put the remaining branches between the ring finger and the middle finger of your left hand. Now, pick up the branches that you put down from your right hand before, then pull out 4 branches each and put them down on the table, in the same way you did with the ones in your left hand. Repeat until there are 4 or fewer branches in your right hand. Now collect the remaining branches in your right hand and the branches you put between your fingers on the left. Put them aside on the table separately. This will not be used again until a line is determined to be either yin or yang. The number of branches you put aside in this step is always 5 or 9, otherwise you know you are doing it wrong. Now the branches on the table, which you have put down in packs of 4, must sum up to either 40 or 44. You will go through the same process with these remaining branches. Divide them into 2 bunches and hold each in your left and right hand. In the same way as you just did, pick one branch from your right and put it between the ring finger and the little finger on your left. Put down 4 branches at a time from your left hand until you have 4 or less left. Place the rest between your middle and ring finger, and then count and put down 4 branches from your right hand until 4 or less is left, and finally put aside all the remaining branches in your left and right hands. This time, you should be putting aside either 4 or 8 branches. Now pick up the branches you have put down in packs of 4 and follow the same procedure with them again. You will finish with either 4 or 8 branches again. Put them aside as well. If you have followed the procedure correctly, the very first branch you put down on the table should still be there. The branches that you put down in packs of 4 during the 3rd repetition should be on one side of the table, and finally the branches left over from each of the 3 processes should be safely put aside. Count the number of branches you put down in packs of 4. The number must be one of 24, 28, 32, or 36. If there are 24 branches left, we determine this line to be big yin, 28 small yang, 32 small yin, and 36 big yang. If you got either big or small yang, draw the line of yang, otherwise draw the line of yin at the bottom of the hexagram. In the case of big yang or big yin, the positive or negative energy reach its apex and it becomes vulnerable to change. Therefore, in order to prepare for the steps described in the next chapter, mark the line with either O or X in advance. I will explain how to make the change of lines later. Congratulations! You have just selected the bottommost line of the hexagram. Gather up all the yarrow branches and rinse and repeat 5 more times to fill up all 6 lines in the hexagram. It seems a bit complicated, but once you get used to the overall principle behind the process, you'll be able to remember it without too much problem.